Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English Learning Story channel. Today, we are going to listen to a wonderful story called My Morning Routine. This story is perfect for beginners and intermediate English learners. You will learn useful daily vocabulary, common English expressions, and natural sentence structures while following a simple and meaningful morning routine. So relax, listen carefully, and enjoy today's story. Let's begin. My name is Benny, and I believe that every successful day begins with a good morning routine. Many people think that mornings are just the beginning of the day, but I have learned that how we spend our mornings can affect everything that happens afterward. A peaceful and organized morning helps me feel confident, productive, and happy throughout the day. This is the story of my morning routine and why it is so important to me. Every morning, my alarm clock rings at 6 o'clock. Sometimes I wake up before the alarm because sunlight enters my room through the window. The soft golden light spreads across the walls, creating a warm and peaceful atmosphere. For a few moments, I stay in bed and enjoy the quietness of the morning. The world outside is still calm, and the air feels fresh. I can hear birds singing in nearby trees, and occasionally I hear people beginning their daily activities. These sounds remind me that a new day has arrived. Although it is tempting to stay in bed a little longer, I know that getting up on time is important. Therefore, I sit up, stretch my arms, and take a deep breath. I tell myself that today is another opportunity to learn, improve, and move closer to my goals. This positive mindset helps me start the day with energy and motivation. The first thing I do after getting out of bed is make my bed. My parents taught me this habit when I was young. At first, I thought it was unnecessary, but over time I realized its value. A neatly made bed makes the entire room look cleaner and more organized. Completing this small task gives me a sense of accomplishment and encourages me to stay productive. After making my bed, I walk to the bathroom. I wash my face with cool water and brush my teeth carefully. The cold water instantly wakes me up and removes any remaining sleepiness. As I look into the mirror, I often smile and remind myself to stay positive no matter what challenges I may face during the day. Next, I take a shower. The warm water feels refreshing and helps me feel fully awake. During my shower, I sometimes think about the things I need to do that day. I may have classes to attend, homework to complete, or personal goals to work on. Thinking about my schedule helps me stay organized and prepared. When I finish showering, I dry myself and choose clean clothes. I always try to dress neatly because it makes me feel more confident. Even on ordinary days, I believe that looking presentable shows self-respect and discipline. After getting dressed, I return to my room and organize my school supplies. I check my books, notebooks, pens, and assignments to make sure everything is ready. I do not like rushing at the last minute because it creates unnecessary stress. Once my room and belongings are organized, I head to the kitchen. By this time, my mother is usually preparing breakfast. The smell of freshly cooked food fills the house and makes me feel hungry. Breakfast is one of my favorite meals of the day because it gives me energy and allows me to spend time with my family. My father is usually reading the news or preparing for work, while my younger sister is often still waking up. We gather around the dining table and greet one another. "Good morning," my mother says. "Good morning," I reply with a smile. The breakfast menu changes from day to day. Sometimes we eat rice and eggs. Other times we have soup, bread, noodles, or fresh fruit. No matter what we eat, I always appreciate the effort my mother puts into preparing our meals. While eating breakfast, we talk about our plans for the day. My father often shares advice about responsibility and hard work. He reminds me that success comes from consistent effort rather than luck. My mother encourages me to study well and treat others with kindness. These conversations may seem simple, but they provide valuable lessons that stay with me throughout the day. After breakfast, I help clean the table. My parents have always taught me that everyone should contribute to household responsibilities. Helping with small tasks shows respect and gratitude. Once the table is clean, I return to my room and double-check my school bag. Before leaving for school, I spend a few minutes studying English. Learning English is one of my personal goals. I enjoy reading simple stories, reviewing vocabulary, and practicing pronunciation. Even 10 or 15 minutes of practice each morning helps me improve gradually. I have learned that small daily efforts can lead to significant progress over time. At around 7 o'clock, I put on my shoes and prepare to leave the house. Before stepping outside, I say goodbye to my family. "Have a great day," my mother says. "Study hard," my father adds. "I will," I reply. Then I begin walking toward school. The morning air feels cool and refreshing. The streets are slowly becoming busier as people start their daily routines. Shop owners are opening their businesses. Workers are traveling to their jobs. Students are walking toward schools carrying backpacks and chatting with friends. As I walk, I enjoy observing everything around me. I notice the colorful flowers growing in gardens, the birds flying across the sky, and the sunlight shining on buildings. These small details make the morning feel peaceful and beautiful. Along the way, I often meet my best friend, Vanek. We usually walk to school together. "Good morning, Dara," he says. "Good morning, Vanek," I reply. During our walk, we talk about many things. Sometimes we discuss homework and upcoming tests. Other times we talk about sports, movies, hobbies, and future dreams. These conversations make the journey more enjoyable. One morning, Vanek asked me, "Why do you always seem so organized?" I laughed and thought about the question. "I think it's because of my morning routine," I answered. "What do you mean?" "Starting the day well helps everything else go smoothly." He nodded thoughtfully. "I should probably improve my morning routine too." When we arrived at school, I felt ready for the day. My mind was clear, my materials were organized, and my energy level was high. This was very different from how I used to feel in the past. A few years ago, my mornings were much more chaotic. I often woke up late, skipped breakfast, and rushed out the door. I frequently forgot important items and arrived at school feeling stressed. Because of this, I struggled to concentrate during lessons. Eventually, I realized that something needed to change. I started making small improvements one step at a time. First, I began waking up earlier. Then I developed better habits, such as organizing my school supplies, eating breakfast regularly, and planning my day. At first, it was difficult. However, after several weeks, these actions became part of my routine. The results were remarkable. I felt healthier. I felt more confident. I performed better in school. Most importantly, I felt more in control of my life. Over time, I learned an important lesson. Success is often built on small daily habits rather than major achievements. Many people wait for motivation before taking action, but I discovered that taking action often creates motivation. Every morning provides a fresh start. No matter what happened yesterday, today is a new opportunity to improve. This mindset helps me stay positive and focused on my goals. As the school day begins and I take my seat in the classroom, I often think about how much my morning routine has helped me. The simple habits of waking up early, staying organized, eating breakfast, and maintaining a positive attitude have made a significant difference in my life. My morning routine may seem ordinary, but it teaches me valuable lessons about discipline, responsibility, and consistency. These lessons extend far beyond school. They help me become a better student, a better family member, and a better person. Every sunrise reminds me that life is full of opportunities. Every morning gives me another chance to learn, grow, and work toward my dreams. That is why I treasure my morning routine so much. It is not simply a collection of tasks. It is the foundation of my day. It is the beginning of my progress. And it is one of the reasons I continue moving forward with confidence and hope. Thank you for listening to today's English learning story. I hope you enjoyed my morning routine and learned useful English vocabulary and expressions. Remember, small habits repeated every day can create big changes in your life. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more English learning stories. See you in the next story. Goodbye.